Yes, good morning, wherever you're watching from this morning. This is Bystanders at the Newsstands. I am Christian Chuku. John Johnson, good morning. Yes, this is the program this morning. We are at Abiodun Jango Street, and we're here to get people talking on the reports and the topical issues that we have on the papers this morning. Behind me, we have the newspaper, the Bystanders this morning, looking at the report that we have on the dailies this morning. Everyone, yes, another one. I have my distinguished reviewers this morning, and they are here to do justice to the newspaper headlines. Good morning, Dutchman Pounds. Good morning, John Israel. Good morning, King Jogba. Sonny Uzomba. Good morning. Yes. With me is the Nigerian Tribune, and I have the Guardian newspaper and the Nigerian Tribune. The Guardian and the Nigerian Tribune this morning. And we are going to be looking at reports online. 40 days to go. Federal Executive Council approves over 100 billion naira in contracts. 40 days to go. The Fed approves over 100 billion naira contracts. We have athletes, officials panic as National Stadium Lagos floodlights collapses. Our National Stadium, the state which it is, has been something nothing to write home about. Crackdown widens in ABs over alleged misuse of 30 billion naira zoning concerns. 20 years on, family relieves memories of Adefe Akinola Akineko. We have excess crude account down. Excess crude account down to $474,754. $474,754 says FAC. Yes, let's move on to the. You want to take a look? Let's move on to the Nigerian Tribune this morning. Above the masthead, Kaduna insecurity. Bandits killed 1,266, kidnapped 4,973 in 15 months. Labour Party crisis deepened. A Papa-led ESCO writes INEC submit list of Imo Kogi governorship candidates. We have $2.4 billion crude oil probe. Rep summon Finance Minister AGF over payment of $200 million consultancy fees. Ask CBN to provide details of payments to beneficiaries' account. And let's move on. Adamawa, why Buhari did not interfere in poll debacle, that is federal government. Fintiri receives a certificate of return. If his wreck must be prosecuted. NSCDC DG summons state commandant. Idel for 3, federal government declares Friday, Monday, public. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Yes.
Good morning. It's good to be back.
Yendeba. Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, my brother. Good
yes.
to see you. Man, I really don't believe that Nigerians are this eager to see what is right coming up. It's good when I see one of our colleagues here and our brother trying to fight for his right. I don't know, but they never refuse to go to INEC office.
He's an activist. He's an activist. Okay.
Good to see you, brother.
Nigerians are eagerly waiting for the election tribunal.
Yes, so far so good. What is going on? We know it is going to be just political. And this is where we want politics to be put in its position, regardless of whoever that is involved. At this time, I don't actually look at people's face. The law don't actually see anybody. It sees the facts and what you can present. And then the tribunal is getting hit up. It started heating up. And so I know before the end of this month, down to the second week of May, it's seriously going to heat up. Seriously. It's going to be fight for fight, word for word, provision for provision, evidence for evidence, and what have you.
Some people are asking that they should resolve the issue before the swearing in.
Like Agbakogba told us. They said, listen, concerning this electional tribunal, whatever, within 7 days it can be settled. Are you getting it? Within 7 days, the issue can be resolved. Are you getting it? The tribunal is not there to do any other case except the election petition. And once you bring your evidence and the other party has to bring their own, and they will defend the case. They will bring them forth, they question them. It's not going to be within 2 days they can question them and get what they want. And I know it's not going to end in tribunal. Of course, they are going to move to Supreme Court. It's going to end at Supreme Court. That is where it's going to. So, but tribunal can end within a week. Okay. And so the delays we've been seeing is just the political gimmicks that has been going on over time.
Let's move on. We have Labour Party crisis deepens. The new man Apapa led school writes annex submit list of Imo Kogi governorship candidates that it's conducted in its own.
See what is going on. The court has ruled that the authentic chairman of Labour Party remains Barrister Julius Abure. And what I've seen so far has always been the game in which this political party that are in power has always been using to rule. They've been trying to infiltrate confusion and violence in the opposition party where they find themselves threatened. And I am sure and I know that regardless of what they do, the recognized one by court of law, it is what is going to stand. And so INEC can never tell me it's going to respect Apapa. Apapa is just a tout. Sorry to say, I'm going to call him a tout. Somebody that is acting under the influence of whoever that is feeding him with rubbish. Is acting like a tout. So, Apapa, you are a tout. I'm not saying sorry anymore. You are a serious tout.
Okay, let's move on. Let's look at the Adamawa election, the way all things happen.
You see, we're beginning to see the real truth about INEC and the rubbish they stand. The sarcastic nature of INEC. How can INEC come out to tell us that election, they just go inside, bring somebody else to come and... Oh, Jesus. They'll bring somebody else to come and announce the result just like that. Thank God.
INEC has denied.
Hold on. They will definitely want to deny. No man will have the guts to mount that podium where the security apparatus are.
The commissioner of police was there.
Commissioner was there. I think some other. Everybody they were there, and he had the guts to go there. If you are not authorized by this same INEC, you can never go there. So if INEC wants to deny that fact, this is a dance of shame. What I am seeing here is that INEC actually did it in order to test or see what will be the outcome of the Adamawa citizens. Bravo to the Adamawa citizens for coming out and condemning it. And thank you for the PDP coming out also to fight for what is their mandate. And that is what we are going to do in the entire Nigeria. We must fight for our mandate and we must get it.
Okay, lastly, we have 40 days to go. FEC approves over 100 billion naira contracts.
See, listen, we always know this is the way Nigerians have always been acting. This government has never, I will keep saying it, has never had the interest of Nigeria. It's always been the interest of the cabal and the people surrounding the cabal, that's all. You have cabals within cabals, and those are the cabals they've been settling. For them to come now and tell us that 40 billion, my goodness, don't be shocked.
100
billion naira. You're still going to get another within 2 weeks' time. Trust me. Because all they are doing, the deficit is what they are trying to cover. Are you getting it? They want to cover their deficit because they've been borrowing without them checkmating what they are supposed to do. And they know that by May 29, the game is going to change. It's not going to be as business as usual for them. Because I know strongly and I'm sure that the real truth will be heard before May 29.
Okay. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you, my brother. You're welcome. And I want to tell everybody, be steadfast, be firm, to my Muslim brothers, Bakari Salah in advance, and God bless us all.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I have Honorable David. Good morning, Honorable David. Yeah, you also give us your Idel Fitri message. Yes.
Good morning to you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Happy Ramadan Kareem to my Muslim brothers. I pray may this season bring good things into our land. May what our wishes come to pass for this season. It's time to marry.
Okay,
Ramadan Kareem to
yes. Like Mohammed have said that the reason why Buhari did not interfere in the Adamawa police because it is within the powers of INEC to deal with the situation.
Mr. Christian, even if the president interfered or had intervened, it would have amount to nothing, because now that is the people's mandate. Everybody, the people also voted for who they felt will rule them, will govern them. So the president does not have any constitutional power to interfere in the process that is ongoing. Even if the president had called INEC to declare the woman Binani the governor-elect, that will be chaos.
There will be no basis on which he's going to declare that.
No, sorry. I'm not setting an example. So the president cannot say, because he knew that clearly they are losing. So he cannot intervene, because that would now lead amount to dance. It's enough mockery. So, sir, the best thing for him is just to stay out of it, because him now, if he had wanted to intervene, there is no way he would not side the APC woman, knowing fully well that woman, Binani, is Aisha Buhari's cousin. They are related. So I don't know, but probably if it's Aisha Buhari that did all those magic.
You don't know? Okay.
I don't know.
You're suspecting her?
Yeah, I'm suspecting her. Probably because the woman Binani is her cousin. So probably she did that just to favor her cousin, because Aisha Buhari too hails from Adamawa State. She hails from Adamawa State. So she's doing everything possible for the woman to emerge. So if the president had intervened, it would have been a thing of the mockery, because now the process was still ongoing, and then Nigerians, and then everybody, it was so obvious that there was no amount of rigging, no amount of manipulation, no amount of intimidation that will make that woman emerge as the governor-elect in that state. It was obvious. The margin was the voting margin was so wide, very wide. So now,
even the supplementary election, Fitri was leading with the own supplementary
election. So how do they
tend
to obtain the victory? There's something that was so obvious. Let the president intervene. I mean, for come go go stone am there. Yes, now.
A president.
Used to be president.
A sitting president.
A president trying to subvert a victory given to a particular candidate. So there was nothing he could do. Thank God he did not intervene. Thank God he stayed neutral. If not so, he would have received backlash. You know that's it. Nigerians are so upset with their government.
Okay.
8 years of, I think, 8 years coming on this platform. We should assess the 8 years of President Mohamed administration.
Okay, let's look at what is happening in Sudan now. There's a very big crisis in that state. We have military versus military. It is an ethnic thing. One part, the military belongs to an ethnic division, while the other part. And this morning, as we speak, Sudan is on fire. Buhari, coming back from Saudi Arabia, refused to take the Sudan airspace.
I saw that story online, but I did not. I didn't read. I didn't make more research about that. But one thing I would say is, what I saw was that our soldiers have left for Sudan for peacekeeping as of yesterday. So I will not.
Despite the ceasefire, they are still fighting.
I really cannot comment on that, because I don't know what will happen. So I cannot come here and then say what I don't know.
Okay, let's talk about the video of Tinubu and Sanwo-Olu captured in Guinea?
Mr. Christian, that video, I saw that video just like
Somebody says 2013. I don't think that is 2013.
No, I think it's of recent because where was
Sonlu
2013? Where was Sonlu? So only was nowhere to be found. So I think that video is recent. So
you don't have much to say about it.
I don't have much to say about it because I don't know. Now there have been allegations that he owns a dual citizenship. So that should be argued in court. That should be argued in court.
Okay, let's move on. And also the said guy, Twitter has suspended his account. Information about
the guy that put up the video.
David Unen. No. The Guinea passport case. Twitter suspended his account. Every information of that on YouTube has been brought down.
Okay.
Do you have anything to say about that? Okay, let's move on. Labour Party crisis deepens. Despite the fact that Apapa was suspended, they have written to INEC and has submitted a list of their own Imo and Kogi governorship candidates.
That's not what the last speaker said. I think this whole faction, this whole thing of labour crisis, to me, is now becoming a thing of mockery because there is no political party in Nigeria that is not faced with crisis. One crisis or the other. Why must it be? Now, who are those trying to hijack who are those trying to hijack this party structure? Who are those? I think Labour Party should be famed now. Labour Party should stand their grounds and never allow those who are agents of darkness, who are working for APC, infiltrate their party so as to cause chaos in the party. You saw now, every party, you know what APC does now?
Yeah.
APC now assign persons to different political parties just to infiltrate as most just to infiltrate those parties so that the political party will be what unstable. So that these people cannot actually be an opposition against the government. So that there will be crisis. There will not. This political party won't have time to always counter the ruling party governance.
Okay.
So I think that has happened. You saw what happened at the PDP. There were crises even before, post-crisis, even after the primary election. They even made them add the issues. Now, these same issues now, a Labour Party that is just grooming up now is not having the same crisis. I think it is high time the Labour Party needs to call Akpata and the legally chairman to sit down and sort this whole issue out because it is high time our democracy need to stand firm.
Okay, let's move on. Lastly, we have 40 days to go. FEC approves over 100 billion in a contract.
Mr. Chukwu, I believe this is not what Buhari ought to be doing at this time. What he's supposed to be doing at this time is supposed to be giving us Nigerian scorecard of his administration for good 8 years. Now, you have less than a month to go. You don't need to award project again. It is high time for you to start. What he ought to be doing now is for him to be giving scorecard and commissioning project for good 8 years. Now, you now have the effrontery audacity to award 100 million for just 11 roads, 11 federal roads. Out of those 11 federal roads, 8 roads have been marked in the north.
Okay.
The I saw the story yesterday. It's emphatic. 8 roads from the north. The many ones are being shared among southeast, south. Now you are coming to approve 100 billion. Now, who are those? Fashola is in charge. Which agency will not take over these roads? Less than 30 a month to go. Now, no scorecard of his government. He has not told us. He has not told us what he has done for good 8 years. Now, approving 100 billion, my brother, all shop is not to finish this one. It is so shameful. I think at this time, the president ought to be commissioning projects. The president ought to be telling Nigerians This is what I've done in my 8 years of administration. This is my scorecard. In terms of the health sector, I have done this. In terms of the road network, I have done this. In terms of the what economy, this is what I've done. In terms of the digital, in terms of how many people have his government alleviated from poverty? Not you coming to commission roads again. Which road? Road that been built since 2015. I think if he leaves office, ICPC and EFCC should summon the president, because this is really uncalled for. The president, to me, at this stage, is just trying to amass wealth to himself, to lose, because yes, this road will not be done.
That's an allegation, yeah.
No, it is. Now, Ashwaju will still come and then we assign these roads again. Still pay another money again for this road. Bet me, the president-elect will still come and they assign this road again and still pay another money again. After when Mr. Buhari has already approved this money. I think this money.
They are still in court.
This money will be shared among.
Yes, the tribunal is still.
I know, but now pending the time, he will be swearing.
Yeah.
So I think this money will be shared among political directors.
Okay. Thank you very much. I have Mr. Matthew. Good morning, Mr. Matthew. Good morning, Mr. Matthew.
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you a question, but because of prejudice, you might cite prejudice.
You are at liberty to ask question now.
You might cite prejudice, that's why. Okay.
You are at liberty to ask
Anticipation. People are anticipating in tribunal. What is happening? What do you know about?
Anticipating?
Yes.
Your question is vague. What kind of anticipation are you looking at? You
go on the streets, people are saying, when will this tribunal start? When will this tribunal start? It started yesterday. When will it start? People are eager to know what is happening, what is going on with the electoral petition cases.
I know as a journalist of your status, you are supposed to be apprised.
I'm asking you whether you know.
You are supposed to be apprised with the position of the law regarding how an action is being instituted, especially an electoral tribunal of this manner.
Okay.
I'm aware. I don't know whether you are unaware, but I'm aware that after a winner has been declared, that the parties that seek to challenge the election have 21 days window, which to file their petition in the electoral tribunal, whether at the level of presidential election petition tribunal, whether at the level of the governorship election petition tribunal. Then having submitted your petition, I'm equally aware that as people who are being accused of who were declared winner, that they have another 21 days window, wouldn't quit to respond to the petitions challenging the outcome of the election. And I'm equally aware that as at the last count, even with the people you are citing, if you go through those news, that there are some persons who are yet to respond.
It is not in the paper.
Is there?
Let's move on. It's not there.
What I'm saying is there are some parties to that suit that are yet to respond to the petition. And the 21 day window within which you allow the parties to respond have not elapsed. So to that extent, I don't know where you are relying on to talk about anticipation. But I'm equally aware.
You're always suspicious
I'm equally aware
asking you questions. You're
that
always suspicious.
as electoral tribunal, you have a 180 days window,
Yeah, 180 days.
which is to dispense the case.
Yes.
So in all of this, I don't think any law has been breached. So I don't know
What
where
you just said
you are
is an
citing.
update. That's what people want to know. So people are
No, you are
anticipating.
talking about anticipation.
Eager.
I don't know whether you are part of the people anticipating. But from the much I can know and regarding the position of the law with respect to the issue at stake, I don't think anything abnormal has happened.
Of course, you are part of the people anticipating. We are anticipating to know what is going to happen.
You
That's
are
why
imposing your opinion on me.
people are asking that it should be televised live.
We have discussed that yesterday.
Yeah, so
I said you were talking about live streaming through social media. I said if you allow any of the major national broadcasting stations to cover it live, people like you who may not have the time to go to Abuja to cover it live.
I have a thick skin.
No, what I'm saying is,
I have thick skin. You understand what I'm saying?
I don't know what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is, if a television station like a Channels, TV, name it, have the access to cover it live. A station like yours join them and stream on live. I said it the other day that when Obi gave his made that press briefing, you aired it live. It didn't mean that you were there live. So in the same vein, you can follow the proceeding through the media houses that are airing it live.
Okay, let's move on. Why did not interfere in poll debacle, that's federal government, saying that it is left with the INEC to deal with its issues?
To be quite honest with you, I do not blame Buhari, to be quite honest with you. Because the person I blame is INEC. I do not even blame the person who is declaring winner. Because as an umpire, you have the right to manage the process. And we had a situation where the PDP agent, Senator Dino Malay, raised an issue. And though Dino Malay walked out at a point, but the INEC chairman, who doubles as the INEC chairman and the returning officer for that election, promised to review the process before declaring the result and return a winner. That he didn't do for this reason best known to him, and he directed people who feel aggrieved to go to court. Now they are in court. And you are aware that there's a limit to which I can ventilate the issue in court here in this program, so that I don't want to prejudice. Because even the Bible is against somebody disobeying the law of the land. Because if you do that, you cannot look for God's protection. The Constitution bars anyone to start postulating into who will win the case, how it became found out, and all that. If you do that, the court will summon you to say you are prejudicing the outcome of the case, which is not healthy for mankind.
Okay, different parties are calling for thorough investigation into the case. The governor
Which are
elect.
the cases?
No, the issue with the Adamawa.
Okay.
The governor of Interior is looking at prosecution. Tinubu also is calling for thorough investigation.
In a sane society, let me tell you that in a sane society, it's unfortunate that the police is waiting for anybody to start the investigation and possible prosecution. We do not need to, we are not in any illusion at all. It is evidently clear that the person that had the responsibility, the power to announce result and return the winner is the returning officer appointed by the commission, who always is an ad hoc staff. And you as the resident electoral commissioner have no right under the Constitution or the Electoral Act to stand in or hold brief or to declare the result of an election. So the way it stands, it's quite unfortunate that in Nigeria, the security agencies do not do the needful. By now, I think that man should have been arrested and investigation commenced. Then possibly they should arraign him in court. And the Bible's one where you find a situation where the man did that under the protection of the Commissioner of Police in that state, I think the director of DSS in that state, and even the civil defense corps, their commandant in that state. As we speak, civil defense have summoned their commandant from that state to Abuja. So if you look at how you run a country under democracy is, if you have strong institutions, they should run independent of the president. You don't need Mr. President before you prosecute the man in question. He's not enjoying any immunity. Because by the time he goes away with this, other arrests subsequently will do the same thing. So for me, I think everybody that is involved in the alleged mismanagement of the process or the unfortunate announcement of that declaration of that result should face the music.
Okay, let's move on. Labour Party crisis deepens. Apapa-led ESCO writes INEC submit list of Imo Kogi governorship candidates.
I think it has gotten to a stage where politicians should start submitting themselves to judicial authority. The same rascality we have been seeing in PDP and APC, I hope it will not get to Labour Party. Where court will make an order, you'll be choosing and picking how to work, which one to be and which one not to be. I'm aware that even some members of Labour Party are saying that Abure remains their chairman. But it's not about your claim. It's about whether he was wrongly suspended from his ward. It's about the court have validated that suspension. So take the battle to the courts. If you want to delegitimize his suspension, then let the re-ESCO of his ward come out to renounce or recall him or nullify the suspension. Once you do that, you can now go back to court to tell the court that the people who suspended him acted illegally. They were not ESCO members of the party at the ward level. So coming playing to the gallery will not have any issue. Because as it stands today, the Court of Competent Judicial have told the party chairman to stop parading himself as the party chairman, and it's done so until set aside by that same court, or maybe you have a way of securing a section of that judgment, or you go to the court of higher jurisdiction to ask the court to rule that is to upturn that judgment. But the way it stands, as long as that judgment subsists, Abude cannot be parading himself as the party chairman. Okay, fortunately and unfortunately, as we may look at it, the battle has shifted to the judiciary, and the two parties should return to the judiciary to argue their case.
The judiciary has so much on their hands to deal with at this point.
That's the nature of democracy.
Okay. Let's move on. Lastly, what's your Idel Fitri message to your viewers and to Nigerians?
I'm a Christian. There's a limit to which I discuss what you have just asked me, because I don't know how it's been celebrated. And what I understand is that in the world to come, Jesus Christ said, or the Bible said, except you eat my blood and except you eat my flesh and drink my blood, you have no life in you, and you will not be resurrected on the resurrection day. I'm equally aware that the Bible says we need to confess Jesus Christ as our Lord and personal Savior. What I'm saying is, the Bible equally says, where two or three are gathered in my name, there am I in their midst. I'm trying to use the opportunity to advertise Jesus Christ. I hope that have answered your question. I don't know that one.
Yenjeba. Good morning, Mazi Chigozie Ndigbo.
Good morning, Christian. I remain Chigozie Ndigbo.
Yes. 40 days to go. Federal Executive Council approves over 100 billion naira contracts.
You see, the problem of Nigeria will not end except we begin to have credible people in the helm of affairs whose primary concern or objective of being within the corridor of power is to serve the people, is for the collective and common goods of the masses. Not until this is done, you can't have a responsible government. As far as Nigeria is concerned, quote me anywhere. You see, what we have now is people who unfortunately found themselves within the corridor of power for the very reason of embezzling the public funds with brazen impunity, without being cautioned, without, of course, the foot rot of the law. If we don't even have a system, let alone to catch up with such a out of rascality and abuse of power by the so-called politicians. It's rather unfortunate. About a month for this regime to elapse, you are budgeting 100 billion. What have you been doing since? In the last 8 years, what has been your scorecard? Nigerians, of course, have been plunged into a fast declining economy. Under this dispensation or regime, it's just an extension of 1984, the austerity measures. Nigeria was plunged into hunger. But the same person who assumes, unfortunately, which by the constitution, if in a said society, a man who truncated a democratically elected government of Shagari and Ekweme, it's a treason, it's a felony, it's a treason felony. You wouldn't have even the opportunity to be a civilian or in a democratic setting. But because Nigeria is what it is, That is why you are here. So the 100 billion or more was not intended to serve the people. If I may say, without any, of course, uh, prejudice, the money has been shared. It's just a moment of you needed to. They needed to inform the media so that if there's any need for a cover up, they will tell us where the money. What have you been waiting? Is that the most important issue facing us as a country or facing Nigeria? Why must you leave important and crucial issues untouched? And disaster is looming. You have not talked about the insecurity that is ravaging the entire length and breadth of this country. You don't talk about the austerity or the devastating effect of hunger. Look at a bag of rice the price of a local rice has doubled. If you're thinking of buying a rice 50,000, you should be planning for 80,000 or 70 something thousand. So how do you survive? How do you go from here? These are major issues of great concern that should be looked into rather than, of course, this mere distraction. If they would have gone ahead to swallow the money, what difference does that make? Coming to the media to make this silly noise is a senseless noise. It's an act of irresponsibility on the part of the government. Most of the Lagos or federal roads are in the worst shape. In fact, most of them are just death traps, where you record several accidents and incidents over the time. So I think what they should have done, if they have conscience, is to begin to summarize, of course, their activities, winding up their activities, while possibly. What have you? How can you score somebody?
You should tell us what they have done if they are winding up.
You have no time again on your side. This would have been the ample opportunity you have to tell Nigeria. Of course, you don't have to tell because it's already on the faces of Nigerians. You see, Nigerians who are haggard and hungry will, of course, attest to the fact that they have never fared well, or better instead, in the last 8 years. So you don't need a special scorecard. It's the impact of the economic policies on the masses that will speak for you. When people are hungry, when there are no source of livelihood, sustainable source of livelihood, when the life expectancy of an average Nigerian is less than 30, when Nigerians can boast of the minimum or the lowest well-being, better life. So which other scorecard do you need? In terms of insecurity, you know where we are, sinking abysmally. People that were adopted within your so-called territorial or sovereignty are still held hostage by the same adopters within your confine. And you tell me you are a country? Can an American citizen be held hostage within the territories of America? Can a UK citizen be held hostage within the confines of UK's sovereignty? Now, so-called Nigerian citizens and innocent children are being held hostage by non-state actors, and you say you have a government, and you say you have DSS, They have not uncovered all those hideouts. You say you have military formations. You say you have police force. I mean, this is the height of madness.
Look at Kaduna.
Can't you conceptualize the depth of rottenness and abuse of and recklessness on the part of the said government? Yes, you are asking me a question.
In Kaduna insecurity. Bandits killed 1,266 persons, kidnapped 4,973 persons in 15 months.
Did you hear that? That is based on their estimation. Based on what they were able to accept to make public. But I bet you it is more than this. Just only within Kaduna, let's just assume or presume that this is the number. You lost 1,266 of your citizens in less than 2 years. Just a month, just a year and 3 months. In a year and 3 months, just in one state, in Kaduna. Needless to talk about Benue massacre. That one now pogrom. Huh? That one now burial ground. Needless to talk about, of course, what is happening in the southeast. And you still say you have a country, you have a government whose primary objective and responsibility should have been, of course, pivoted on the welfare and the security of life and property of the support citizens. Can you now claim that you have a government when you claim that foreigners invaded your state? And mind you, Kaduna has been one of the most sophisticated, one of the states that have the highest military formations. More sophisticated. In the midst of all this, you are recording such level of casualty in a country that is not supposedly at war. What greater war can be worse than this? It means there's something we are not telling ourselves. We're not telling ourselves the truth. Even in a full-blown war, look at the Ukraine-Russian war. Have they recorded such number of casualties? I mean, citizens, defenseless citizens being killed, massacred at will. And the unfortunate thing is that most of our brothers in diaspora are still supporting this government. And where they are residents in another man's country, can you record such number of casualties? Innocent citizens being killed, hacked. And the government is indifferent about that. They are not doing anything. The same people will lead a protest in US condemning Trump that black life matters. Why in your own country you have no value placed on you, irrespective of the fact that you may not be within these confines? But the reality is you have no value. And for you supporting these clueless and callous governments that have failed in its primary objectives of governance, life of the citizens should be the priority of government. Now, if the government that failed to protect life and property invariably has woefully failed. So, by simple, of course, common sense, you know that government is not existing.
Somebody says nobody in diaspora support APC government.
They are, even by their body language and all that. There are some of them who are backing this government. Yesterday, Kunle said he's a registered member of APC, but he has been living in denial over the years, over the periods of the election, not until he was forced to speak out. Some are also sponsoring him to come here and,
That is an allegation.
and make
It's an allegation.
deceptive propaganda. Even Niyi himself, Niyi, who is a young, vibrant man, in his perhaps late 30s, would even support this government. I see some people singing his praises. A country that cannot protect the life and property of the citizen. Of course, he's told me that anything that happens, he has made his way. He has made preparation to escape to Benin Republic, Cotonou here, which is the proximity to from here is not far. But is that how you continue when you see the truth? You don't say it because of your parochial mindset and the tribal mindset. Good governance is for everybody. When system works, it works for everybody. Nigerians who are residents in UK, are they not enjoying most of the benefits of the UK government? Why not say you are a Yoruba or Igbo there? Are they being secluded from the process of governance and the dividends of democracy? Why should we condescend too low in this country? Allow demonic sentiments to derail us from the path of pursuing true peace, liberty, which is the basic rock or foundation of independence. You said you are independent, and in reality, you are not independent. When you cannot defend your own citizens against hazard, against brutality, against murderers, you only go after defenseless people who are only protesting within the, of course, provision of the fundamental human rights as contained in United Nations people's fundamental rights. Protesting and you just be killing them, thinking that you have the monopoly of violence. You are only breeding, of course, and expanding the horizon for anarchy, which invariably must be buying time to happen. Look at the recklessness on the part of the Zazaki, who, after the government of the appellate court of law gave an injunction for his immediate release, because of the interested parties or individuals who think they are above the law, sat on that, of course, order of the law, injunction of the law of the court. And that man is being held hostage. And his fans are not happy with the development. The same thing happens to of course, Mazim Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, who has been held hostage for close to 2 years. By 21st or 19th of June this year, next month, or in the next 2 months, he will be 2 years under illegal detention, having been freed, acquitted from all the charges levied against him by your Nigeria's appellate court of jurisdiction. And yet, UN also gave their submission that he should be released and be compensated. The same man is being held behind the bars. And I learned that the state of his health is no longer something that should be, is posing a threat to his existence. And what happens if this man eventually gave up and you expect his own people, his family, to be happy with the Nigerian state? A state that has failed to protect the lives of even Niyi and his likes. It's unfortunate.
Okay, thank you.
And whatever happens is just a function of time. It's just a function of time.
Thank you.
Whatever goes around must come around.
Thank you very much.
The fact that it is not touching you today, you can't imagine. I was thinking that a derica of rice is just 800, and possibly might escalate to 1,000. And you know what that means? It's so unfortunate, Mr. Christian. So everybody must brazen up, of course, to chart the way forward.
Thank you.
And I may not borrow the word revolution now.
Thank you very much.
But we have a different perspective on that subject.
Thank you.
Until next time.
Thank you. I have Honorable Kunle. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, my faithful Muslim brothers. Happy Eid al-Fitr in advance. And I wish you well. May the Allah that you started with, may it end well with you. Really. And I pray.
Think it's a big salad.
It's a small salad. The big salad is, coming soon. After the Mura people, people that are in Mura now, that are in Saudi praying, after they come, then they will now celebrate a week after they celebrate the, big salad. Or they may celebrate it on their behalf. When they come, they will see now celebrate their own that they've gone to Mura. Yeah, good morning, everybody. Mr. Mukaila Toda, happy Eid al-Fitr in advance. And my soul,
our Muslim brother.
And Jane, happy holiday. I'll say very soon to you, because we'll be having holiday by tomorrow and Friday. So I wish you well. I wish everybody well, the good people there. Then my Mr. Newman, hope you need to change your attitude. We are not in a banana republic. We are in a federal republic of Nigeria. So mind your speech. Mind the way you attack people. Newman, or what's it called? Don't behave as if you are a tribal bigot, right? Thank you very much.
We have why Buhari did not interfere in Adamawa poll. Says that it is the INEC that has the jurisdiction, the powers to handle it.
Sure. I like what Buhari is doing as of now, because if he interfere now, people will still come back to him or get at him that is the one influencing, Benani, failure, or is the one, pushing Benani agitations. So to me, for Buhari to have stayed away and leave the job to the designated institution that's in charge of that, election, which is the INEC. And you could see that INEC, they did live up to the expectation. They lived up to the expectation. First of all, by sacking and recalling the professor, Hundus. Hundus, or what's it called? You do say Yanya. I don't know. Now, Dundu, they call him before. Dundu in Yoruba. Because that guy is funny. That's that comic.
Does he have to go to the collation center and announce that result?
It's overzealousness now. It's overzealousness.
As a barrister, knowing that what he's doing, knowing the consequences.
And that's the power of money. You could hear the
Binani has denied.
Was it the DSS guy that was saying 2 billion were given to the commissioner, and the power of that money that was shaking that guy is, let me quickly get my job done so that I can fall back to my largest that was given to me. So
not looking at the consequence.
The guy name will be in the history book of Nigeria for life. And I pity his children. That's one thing. I pity his children. He has set a bad precedent for his children, for his family. So anywhere you will hear hoodoos now, you go no say na election riggers. So it's a funny thing, man. It's a funny thing.
Buhari really conducted himself in a manner.
Yeah, in a manner of a good leader, right? He has to be neutral. Your hands has to come clean. So that's what he did. After all, I wasn't around. I was in Saudi for my Mura. What's it called? Mura. We are observing my Mura. So I cannot have a dictatorial, message down to where I was in, So to me, exempt Buhari out of this issue. No matter how you hate Buhari, exempt it from this crisis on ground. and exempt Tinubu from this crisis.
No,
on
there's
ground.
no it's not. It's Buhari
Yes.
appointed him too.
Yes.
He's answerable to the
Yeah, to
president. That's why
the
they have to
president.
bring him
Really.
to the.
And it's only Buhari that can sack
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Yeah, you know, so that's just it.
40 days to go. FEC approves over 100 billion naira contracts.
Contract for what? We need to be questioning.
Roads now.
Roads.
No, government is continuous.
It's continuous, right? Christian, what are the roads they are approving that 100 billion naira contract for? You see, that's why at times I look at the masses. We just bunch of
We're helpless.
time wasters.
You're helpless.
Yeah, it's not like we are helpless. And helpless doesn't mean for you to open your mouth and ask questions. Being helpless doesn't mean you cannot open your mouth and ask questions, right? We can open our mouth to hear people. And I'm so disappointed in the character like Chigozie. You know, with what he said, I see no reason. You see the propaganda that are being sponsored by some people. You know, I think what is being
You
paid
call
for,
it propaganda, not
what,
blackmailing.
what is being paid for? What is being paid for? No, I said it's propaganda.
I say if you call it blackmailing, I will fight you.
I say I called them 3 names yesterday.
Me, I'm against that blackmailing.
Blackmailers, propagandists, assassin, character assassinators, you know, assassinators, and what?
It's still in that.
There's one behind
Propaganda.
me. Before this
No,
one.
Mr. Rap, nobody can stand for anybody back.
There's one behind me.
If you do, you don't go stand for your back.
So,
You don't go stand for anybody back.
I've never been. So they should stay away. Don't let them breach the law. So it's what they've been paid for. We know their brothers are paying them to come and start.
I have 2
lambasting.
allegations here. How do we settle this?
Yeah,
thing?
the allegation is maybe I have to sue him. So I will now bring out the names of people that are being paid, that pay me to come, and I think that may be the end point. Because anybody that bring propaganda argument, libel on me in this platform, he has to prove it. Who are the people paying me? How much were they paying me? And I'm so shocked that you see, I know the game he is trying to play here. What he's fond of doing, what is fond of, because after the program, they go behind the scene, they call their people, yeah, we shut that guy down, we shot that guy. Some of them went to the extent, I want
to be in court that day.
Some of them went to the extent, say, I cannot pay this same Chigozie. He's not the one paying his children's school fees, so he cannot, and his wife, they pay children's school fees for him. This thing, I was so shocked that, what kind of propaganda this? You know? What kind of people are this?
Let's not revisit
and
that. So
a team is calling a team. That's just it. It's reflecting with me.
No,
if you know the kind of damages they're giving to me,
Edu Fetri.
I have to. Yeah. So the spirit. So you should start cautioning them. You don't open your mouth anyhow and just libel, give somebody a libel that you are not, you don't have evidence for. And I will tell you a case of what's it called, Raymond Dokpesi versus Tinubu. That was 6 years or 8 years ago, 9 years ago, in which Dokpesi paid dear for it. He was nearly sentenced to jail because you don't libel someone without facts. You don't degrading someone without facts. We don't blackmail someone without facts. There must be evidence. But you come here on a platform and start saying anything. If the law catch you up, I pity yourself.
Okay, look at Labour Party crisis. It is deepening.
He has to.
He has to.
He has to.
Apapa led ESCO, right? INEC, submit list of Imo. They had their own primaries. The Apapa led ESCO had their own primaries.
If you bend to destroy another party, you said go get peace now. And I've been saying, the Labour has been collections of unknown characters that just come together for the sake of lackluster attitude, for the sake of barbaric attitude. I'm saying that, and I mean what I'm saying. You could see. Why can I say my point, my example? Look at the guy that went on identity theft of the presidential candidates. That guy must have known, must have studied, must have profiled the presidential candidate of Labour, which is Obi. He must have profiled him well. They say in our adage, anyto money, loan sheni. Now he will know person. Now he they destroy person. You get what I'm saying? If I don't know you, I cannot know how to profile your name. I cannot know the real thing in you that I can use as an identity theft. And I told you, even start with the youth. Majority of the youth that are following labor. Go and check them. A youth of 18 years old using Android that is 100, 300,000. Which work is it doing? They are just looking at lacuna to enter to enter that man. Then they will not start committing they will not start, not all of them, I say majority. They will not start. Who are the majority? They are the youths now. Don't you know? They are the youths. They are just manipulators. So to me, if you want to come clean, if you want to come for equity, come with a clean hand. The obedient don't have a clean hand. If they have a clean hand, they should come and prove it.
Okay, I think they are in tribunal, so
yeah, let them be.
In a matter of days.
But the tribunal they are in, they have not even allowed tribunal to even do their work. They've occupied the space of tribunal, turning themselves to judge. See, we look at what they did to Arowola. They went to just Ariwola. They want to just dehumanize that man by just demoralizing him for him not to be able to do his job. He has come to Tinubu to collect bribe. They saw him with Tinubu. He was chatting with Tinubu. He was collecting. Man, why are these people so? Their tongue is just full of lies. And if you are a liar, you can enter the kingdom of God. Yes. So forget about that.
Okay. Lastly, the price of rice and other commodities are still soaring. We are expecting it to come down. We are expecting things to at least shift a bit, but things are going up.
Has the border been open?
No.
They've not opened border yet.
They've opened not all the borders.
They should open Cotonou. They should open.
Is it by opening the border?
It's by
our farmers are displaced from their farms.
Yeah, that was it. There's a shortage of production of rice in this country now because the farmer cannot go to farm. So what we now need is more of importation as it is, and all over the world. That's how when
this government frowns at importation. That's
the mistake the government, is doing now. Once your productivity is not up to the demands, you have to allow importation in, so that people there will be gap. There will be close gap between what you can produce and between what people consume. So as it is, we don't need a soothsayer. You don't need a magician to come and fix our agricultural sector for us. One thing is, let there be security in all these different farm, yards. Let them be security.
All the while. Even Kaduna that has most of the military formation. Look at what the report says. 1,266 have been killed within 15 months. 4,973.
There's somebody playing drum. There's somebody beating the drum behind. Those actors we are seeing. If you don't have support of it, these people are just. It doesn't take time to eradicate all these nuisance, all these ragtag, people that are disturbing the peace of almost 280 or 250 million people. Who are they? They're ready to halt their activities.
When will all this come to an end?
When we halt, let's see the magic the presidential elect will bring in, because I believe if he comes in, he has promised. It's a renewed hope. He's giving us a renewed hope, and that renewed hope, in which I've seen since I've known him, right from 1993, and these are the guys that fought the battles, of military for Nigeria to be enjoying the democracy. But instead of us enjoying it, people still don't let us feel as if,
Are we enjoying the democracy?
I say instead of.
So what is there to enjoy it now?
Nothing is there to enjoy, because we have the political grabbers instead of political. It's just, I don't know how
political usurpers.
Suckers. I would say suckers, man. Instead of the political.
What's your Idil Fitri message to your people?
To my people,
Udeze Chima, Okafor, Tuni Okafor.
They are not Christian.
Jane
They are not Christian.
No, it is.
Udeze. I think Udeze has repented. God has taken over life.
What's your message?
He's a pastor now. Funigas, I think I'll start with Funigas. Happy Idil Fitri. May God bless you more and more. And may all your wants, all what you've been praying for during the Salah, during the, fasting, may it materialize in, may it materialize. And all the other rest, Udeze, all of them, may God bless you. but stop the hating, stop the hate speech, stop being haters.
You have come from congratulating message now. You want to enter on that another? Good morning, Mazi. Mazi Raf.
Yeah, Mr. Christian, good morning. My name is Raf. The other name is Tres Vance. You might like the third name, Mbochikwe. God's time is the best.
The
Then,
best.
I want to just send my, let me say, goodwill message across to all of you. Like what Kule said. Kule attacked some of our viewers, but I'm not going to attack anybody. Even though that funny guys, I know what funny guys used to say to us. Udeze used to say to even I and Kule, I'm wishing funny guys well. My man, you are funny guys. Then, Udeze, you are my man. You always talk, you always call, you know, you talk on this studio many times. It's been a long time we've seen you last. I don't know what's going on. I'm greeting Mommy America, Mommy Nkechi. I'm greeting Oga Kevo. I'm sending my message across to my man, Sketo. Then to my man, Olashupo Akim. He lives in Israel. Mama Israel. I remember you again. So, many people like Chim Bono, many people like Teresa Ago. These are good viewers. Many people like Ugo Chukwene, Chima, Charles, Dr. Charles. Many of them. Raf, my namesake. Kalas, okay, best. Kenneth, G-Wagon, Efe and the Efe. Uche, Ken Chris, my guy. I'm greeting all of you. So, my guys, I'm hailing all of you. May God bless you all. Because of your viewership, we are popular all over the world.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. We have now 40 days to go. FEC approved to have 100 billion naira contract.
Wow, man. So just like this, no, it is unjustifiable. That kind of amount, that kind of contract, project like that, the days are just closing on Tinubu, on Buhari. His tenure is almost finished. So it is not reasonable. I think inflating contract is the bane of Nigerian government. Because after this overinflating it, they will have much amount of money there to be cornered into their accounts. Yes.
But I think the governance is in continuum.
Continuation of a thing, but they will still at the back. Remember the person that brought the project, the contract. Remember to give me a kickback so that I should keep to him. See, it's just a verbal thing. You don't pay money. It doesn't cost you transportation. It's a question of phone call. My signature was there. I initiated it. I started it. Remember my own court. See, Nigerian government is just like that. These are avenues from where our resources, our hard-earned money, from our oil, crude oil, are coming from. And those are leakages. I didn't understand. Why giving that project now? Why not bringing up this kind of project and contracts 3 years ago when it mattered most? Now that is the tenure, this regime, APC regime, under Buhari elapses. How many days away? Yes, they are giving out this money to siphon this money. Nothing favorable come to Nigerians from government. Nigerian government can never ever favor her citizen. Their citizen for one day. They were talking about central bank grants. I saw it on Facebook. I laugh. I know what I wrote there. Yes, Nedville. If you Google that Nedville under Facebook search, if they accept you, you will read my comment there. Grant from Central Bank of Nigeria to Nigerians. The one World Bank has given to us could not get to us. Then yeah, you are talking about Central Bank of Nigeria. I told them that nothing good comes from Nigeria. Nothing good can come from Central Bank of Nigeria. Palliatives have been hoarded, warehoused, hid away from Nigerians. They could not give it to us. They are now talking about grant, 500,000 naira. Oh my God. If they could give this one, it means we are better off than Europe, Americans and Asians. See, let me tell you, I can never be Mugu again. In this government, in this country, no matter where they come from, Christian, I will tell them how they do it. I'm not a gullible person. Lying. Nobody is lie free. Kule is accusing obedience and the rest of being propagandists. I think you understand. And liars. In Nigeria, who is lie free? Who is a lie free politician in Nigeria? He's just accusing obedience of lie. We are talking about Nigerian youths. Nigerian youths, you are accusing lies, accusing them of lies. Are you not among Nigerian youths? You are accusing the youths of being what? Propagandists. Are you not be ferrying about carrying propaganda every day? Each and every day that comes, you carry propaganda. You are a propagandist. Okay, when it is more than one, you call it propaganda. You people are speaking wrong English. One propaganda, two propaganda. Your own is one, just one. Things, see, let me tell you, Christian, nobody is life free. Christian, this man is accusing us of nothing. Because tell me how many times this man lies in a day. Kule come here on this stand. He will be telling lies. See, I know that Fonigas is your man, but he's my man too. He's a Luas man too. So let me tell you, Christian, those projects
100 billion.
are an avenue.
You can
100
continue from one government to another.
If they do that, we won't be here with dilapidated facilities and infrastructural facilities. They are spoiled. Because you award 360 billion contracts. During the process, you will from the back, at the back door, siphon 250 billion. The rest 50 billion will not even be enough to implement the project. Okay. I think understand. Do you know how many projects that they have started in Nigeria without sealing it up? Unconcluded projects. They could not seal a deal with most of the contractors because they give you bribe, they collect 50%. These political profiteers, enough is enough of profiteering on our money. Political profiteering is wrong. That is what has been killing us for a very long time. I didn't understand. 100 billion project when it is just barely 40 days for this government to expire.
Okay, let's move on.
It's not authentic.
Let's move on.
I can never be a party to that, to support that.
Kaduna insecurity, bandits killed 1,206, kidnapped 4,973 in 15 months.
Jesus Christ, in 15 months, just a year, within a year and 3 months, thousands went down to the
what? Kaduna is a military base.
I know, military base, Nigerian NDA. See, let me tell you, Nigerian Defense Academy is in Kaduna. Nigerian Armory, where we have our military arsenal, is in Kaduna State. So the headquarters of insurgency, instead of Northeast, as they have been accusing Borno State, is supposed to be in Kaduna. Because NDA, military university, is there. If you know how hard it is for you to get to NDA facilities, you will surely know that Boko Haram is their Boko Haram. Northern Boko Haram. Bandits is their bandits. Northern bandits. Insurgents. All manner of vices within that context of insurgency is what? Made in North. The people that killed those guys in Kaduna, they were made in North, brought up in North, nurtured by the Northerners. Because that is the capital security headquarters of Nigeria. Security headquarters, defense headquarters, everything about our armory, military arsenals are based in Kaduna State. So tell me why that part of this country should be this susceptible to attack. I don't know what I understand.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, if any place, if anywhere in Nigeria deserves tight security, all fingers should be pointed or pointing at Kaduna State.
Okay, let's move on. We have why Buhari did not interfere in the Adamawa poll is because it is within the powers of INEC to handle the situation.
No. The reason why Buhari could not.
That's from Lai Mohammed.
Yes. See, do you know what? The hand clock is ticking. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. If you give me a calculator, I can give you remaining hours for him to get out of that place. So this time around, he's playing the game of Nge Maneku. Iwoloko. Me. I don't know what I understand because he's almost going. I don't know what I understand. He just turned his back at Adamawa Guba election. One, because that place is the fortress of the PDP henchman, Abubakar Atiku. So he knows that Atiku is a man who is an expert on the game. And they play the game for how many weeks now? People has been shouting, radio station has been, announcing, TV station has been showing it. on the line, news bar, release Adamawa election. They could not even do that. They keep on manipulating time after time. Arrange pass.
Who?
Arrange.
Who are they?
A, B, C. What are you saying? We are not hiding the truth. Everybody knows that. Even spirits from marine, from water, terrestrial spirits, celestial spirits could not have voted APC. If not that,
They had over 300,000 votes.
Jesus Christ is the Lord. Who are they? Anyway, the campaigners, the officials, the NWC committee, you understand? All those ones are the agents. Yes, the number could be like that. But let me tell you, let me give you, for instance, Christian, in Lagos State, when we conducted presidential election in Lagos State on 23 February, 5th February, see, let me tell you, APC could not get 10 votes in Lagos State.
10.
I'm telling you, these people rig and rig
They could not get 10 votes.
They could not rig out Labour because
Party officials of the APC
whole
are
Lagosians-
more than 20,000.
Lagosians come out en masse and voted to the box. The ballot box was filled to the brim. APC rig. They could not rig Labour out. They tired. They got tired. That's why they threatened the Igbos during the Guba election. They threatened the Jaws, the whole Midbelt, the whole South Side, the whole visitors in Lagos State. Are we not Nigerians? Some of us were stopped from going to the polling booth. Some of us, when you voted, they will tell you, open your paper. If you open it, if it is either PDP, Labour, or other political parties, they will tear it into pieces and beat you. See, let me tell you the points. There is a stage at which you can go to watch people's efforts to get it right in the site. Which is why I'm trying to advise the people that just carried out such dastard acts during gubernatorial election to get it in their head that people conducted election in Ondo State, Ekiti State, Oyo State, Osun State, Anambra Imo State, Enugu State, and Abia States. Likewise in the Mid-Belt, nobody bullied any electorate. Anybody that went to those polling units scattered across southeastern Nigeria, nobody was bullied. Why is it that such thing happened in Lagos State? No, if we constitute or initiate a constitutional conference or national conference, who is to be blamed over what transpired in Lagos State during gubernatorial election?
We are waiting for the courts to
Who is to be blamed? Let me tell you, who is telling lies and who is not telling lies. Kule stay here telling us that we are lying, we are assassins, we are killers, we are this. How many people were bullied at Okota axis? Why is it that Tobechuku, the labor agent, was bullied at the axis of Ojodu? They beat him to stupidity. The young man insisted that he was going nowhere. Are you listening to me? So whatever we are saying, see, come what may, a day shall come when the court shall call all of us, everybody involved in that act, to go and testify in the presence of jurists.
Okay.
Are you listening to me?
Okay.
So, Christian, I don't know whether we are in a haste to close because Nee is here to talk.
Yes.
Nee, are you interested to talk?
Yeah, it's
Come.
Thank you very
So,
much,
Christian, thank you so much for having this.
I have Mr. Nee. Mr. Nee, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing, Christian?
These are your people. They are wonderful people.
He's bullying you.
Well, that one makes it interesting and fun.
Yes. Let's move on with the Labour Party crisis. Labour Party crisis is deepening. The Apapa led ESCO writes INEC submit list of Imo governorship, Kogi governorship candidates. We are looking at what the Nigeria Labour Congress did.
I did not get that your question.
Labour Party crisis.
It depends.
Apapa led ESCO writes INEC submitting lists of its own governorship candidates of Imo and Kogi.
I'm aware that Apapa has been suspended by NEC, by Labour Party National Executive Committees. But, with the NEC coming out to state that the FHC does not have the jurisdiction to interfere in Labour Party, internal affairs. I think by NEC saying that they are trying to exonerate, or perhaps they are trying to, say that the Labour Party is running its own individual constitution that does not give regard to the Federal Republic of Nigeria constitution. Now, there's a serious allegation against Abure for forgery.
And it's in court. Court has given his verdict. So
it is expected of him to step aside.
Why not honor what the court
And
said?
as a matter of fact, the court told him not to parade himself. But, the so-called obedience who are demanding for a new Nigeria are pushing this man that he, as far as they are concerned, that he remains the Labour Party chairman, even in the face of the criminal charges, alleged against him. If you are saying that you want a new Nigeria, why don't you question Abure? Why don't you go and check the filed suit against him, bros? Why don't you go and check all the charges against him? I mean, these are empirical evidence. These are proofs that this man sold forms to Obaseki. He sold, I think as of reforms.
And
he forged court seal.
Court document.
He forged so many things. Ordinarily, this man by now should be behind jail. But if this matter is in court, instead of him to just stay low, you are still there. He's still pushing people to go and campaign against Apapale.
It's an allegation, but let the courts determine whether it is true or not.
It is an allegation. Evidences have been proven, has been provided. Abure has not debunked any of those evidences. Abure has never for once said that those things are lies. I mean, he has freedom to say that.
The spokesperson of the Labour Party.
Abure himself, my brother.
I know himself, he has not done that. But
this man, Eunice Atanko.
Yeah, Tanko, yes.
Eunice Atanko did not debunk it. Eunice Atanko said that yes, that these things are internal affairs. Why don't you say? There's a difference between saying that these things are lies and let us handle it. We don't need to let people to know. Okay, fine. So you know that Abure is something terribly bad, but you want to cover it up. And yet you are out there portraying yourself like a saint. That is a level of hypocrisy I've never heard or seen before in my life.
The coming in of Apapa, there's a suspicion that he wants to destabilize the party. Do you believe so?
For the fact that an Obi will even come out and say the word that those that are fighting Abure are being led by the opposition party. It worries me that Obi has a little understanding of party politics.
Has been a governor.
Obi is not a politician, my brother. Let me let you understand. For the fact that under Obi, Labour Party will even crumble. In party politics, this is why Ampode was actually kicked out. Because he failed in the party politicking. I mean, there are some machineries that you need to oil on a steady. You need to maintain.
Probably he didn't want to remain with the status quo.
If he doesn't want to remain with the status quo, why would he come out and say that he met Apapa in Labour Party? Obi met Apapa. Apapa was part of the pioneers when they wanted to register Labour Party. Apapa was one of them. Because if Apapa had been an Igbo man.
No, don't bring that in.
Bro, my brother.
It's going to go to
my brother. They don't bring the fact. There's a statement. Labour Party issued a statement that wherever or any state that they don't have candidates, that the party members can decide to support whomever they deem fit. You can see that Obi did not endorse Enugu candidate. Aisha, what's her name? Yusuf, was endorsing Frank, what's that guy's name? This APCA guy, APGA guy. That same guy that contested under Labour Party.
Weke.
Yeah, Frank Weke. That same guy that contested under Labour Party in Enugu released an article whereby he was saying that Obi was against him. Obi did not even for one day endorse him. It was not the same Obi that went to Port Harcourt that did not remember to even visit the governorship candidate. He went to Oyo State. He told the Oyo State candidate to step down from his car. Why can't you be so hostile to your family, to your fellow party members?
Okay, I pray all these issues will be resolved in no time, so that will not.
I mean, for you to maintain a party, not be easy to. They understand. So I just hope that Labour Party will not self-destruct. But if they self-destruct, well, that's their problem. All right.
Okay, Kaduna insecurity bandits. Okay, let's look at why Buhari did not interfere in the Adamawa poll debacle. Like Mohammed said, that it is within the powers of INEC to resolve that issue.
The only time Buhari interfered in INEC, I think, was at the stage of appointment, where he was appointing all those guys. And I think it was fair for him not to interfere. So many people at the onset of this election process, everybody was actually, they were commending Buhari for the policies, for the counterproductive policies. They were saying that, yes, this is going to be a free and fair election. Yes, we don't want this.
You call it
so that,
counterproductive.
Was it not counterproductive to your business? During that period that they brought Naira consification, did you not suffer? I suffered, my business suffered. But everybody, even Obi, Atiku, what did they tell him? They said, yes, anything vote buying is out of it. Yes. Okay. That time you said, Obi, you were okay that Buhari was not interfering with anything that has to relate with the election. Now I go to Adamawa. In Adamawa, who was the first person Fintiri went to bow down to when they declared it? I believe I saw the video. I said something. But, when I say some things, maybe because people cannot see beyond their nose, when I say something sometimes, it sounds stupid. I said, Fintiri was able to win the election because of Atiku's direct influence. No cap,
Direct
that is allowed.
Or indirect?
Person went to wreck. They are calling it indirect. Was it a call? He walked into the
What did
coalition.
he do? What did he do?
Are you there?
It's indirect.
Are
now.
you there, my brother?
It's indirect.
My brother. For your appearance alone, if I don't see appearance for my front, where you don't wink me one hand. I don't understand. Say, oh boy, okay, things go up. When you go out with your mom and your mom can be a fan. They see you playing. They don't have to even beat you. Just ordinary winking.
Yes, sure, yeah.
Leave. You already know what's up now. You know that if you get home, things go up. Now, let's go back to the issue. The issue now is, kudos to Fintiri. He eventually won. Democracy won. Thank God for that. I am not in any way supporting or pushing for illegality that happened. Binani came out to debunk every allegations that she gave someone 2 billion.
But the press release she gave.
In that press release, she said it's a lie.
That she didn't give any
That
press
she
release.
didn't-
With the
that-
video,
The video was
showed on.
The video was it?
And-
Did the video show the process of where she was giving the person the money? There was
Press
only
release, no.
there was only a video.
like
A DSS guy
When they
was saying.
declare winner, you now come to give a statement, a press release. She did that. When that INEC UNISA
Yeah.
came out in the warehouse of the money to denounce a result that has not been collected.
To announce
Yeah.
the result, yeah.
That has not been collected. She came out to give a press release like congratulations.
That's an acceptance speech, right?
That's it, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So that acceptance speech indicts her.
Listen, as a politician, my brother.
Okay, I can agree with
As
you.
a politician, my brother. Politicians, you understand that power is not given.
Opportunity.
When you take power. Listen, if by tomorrow someone makes a mistake and pronounce Obi or Atiku the winner, even as the court is not yet fulfilled, my brother, they will take it. Which is when you are not in the shoe that you start playing whatever saint. Power is what? It's taken. Nobody is going to serve it because nobody wants to lose power. Wealth is below power. Power is the ultimate. All those people contesting are wealthy people. Initially, you remember Obi said that he wasn't desperate. It wasn't this, he wasn't ready to go the length. But now, we can see that the voice is what? Changing. All the things that are happening. Of course, he's desperate to take that power. He's doing it.
Cite an example for me.
Of course, he's desperate to take that power through every legality available. All right? When I mean desperate, doesn't necessarily mean that you do it illegally, my brother. There's something that Jonathan did 2015. If Jonathan was desperate to retain that seat, he could have gone to court. There are so many things he could have done to ensure that that thing comes back to him. But what did he do? Immediately, having heard that result, what did he do? Everybody knew that Jonathan could have, fought for that power to come back to him. And that was why people like Atiku and all that, they called him names, that he was a weakling. What did he do? Immediately considered and he just called Buhari, okay, congrats, and he left. Do you understand? Do you know that this thing that we are still dragging in the court, there are still so many things that it could lead to. It could lead to peace and it could also lead to crisis.
Yes.
Do you understand? So, but then, may God see us through.
Your message,
What's the next
Eid al-Fitr message.
Okay, well, to all my Muslim brothers, happy Eid al-Fitr Eve. I guess tomorrow is Eid al-Fitr, right? May God accept all your fasting and all your supplications. May God bless you. May God bless our viewers. May God bless Nigeria as a whole. And may God bless our president-elect as we await him to return, hopefully by next week, you know. I mean, for him to continue.
Mention the name of the president-elect.
Ashwaju now.
Ahead.
Abat.
Thank you
So
very
that's
I have Oluwa One, the Mafiso of
What
Ogbaland,
happening?
the East
You are
Colorado,
East Colorado.
West Side.
West side will die.
See you there.
Ask my people money everywhere you are. We are back again. Because
What is happening in the surface?
We are the systematic surface of the humanity. Because God, you see, the attention of God is blowing. When you see the atmosphere, you can see the fresh air. Because things are changing. Tomorrow, next tomorrow, they are fasting and Muslims do their own Easter and then life goes on. Life continues.
You are looking fresh. What is
Life
that?
continues because the sound of God, God has changed the atmosphere. You can see you both of us, we are looking fresh and we are smiling. Because God says,
You are joining me in the fresh.
this is the days of the Pentecost. Let us be smile because He has done it for us. And He will do more for everybody all over the world. And peace will reign more and more and more.
Okay,
what is
let me
happening-
bust a bubble. 40 days to go, Federal Executive Council approved over 100 billion naira
They are
contract.
sharing money. Their whole job, the only job that they know is how to share money. They share our money because they are criminality people. See, Buhari now 40 days ago. Okay, why want to chop 40 billion? Good day here, we see 40 billion. If we will see 1 million safe, everybody would do okay. But they are all up on the whole billion. They are still angry. They are criminal. They are evil men. Say 40 billion, 4 days to go. Is that not suicide?
100 billion.
Eh? 100 billion, 40 days to go. How many people want share? Tinubu no go there, man. Tinubu now you will come out fresh. Nigeria wicked. Nigeria bad. Nigeria jaga. Everything scatter. Bosa consult immediately 100 billion. The other day say 800 million dollar. I want share. You no share for anybody. So not only God will save me and you, because Nigeria is a country of no return. Suffering as Mali. Every day the bad in the apple. Tomorrow that goes on that money will share. They will share and nobody come. Police is supposed to talk with the soldier. They arrest the son. Oh yeah, okay, nobody here. We are going to share. They will collect their own. So how are we going to survive now? It's only God.
Which way now? Which way?
It's only God way. That's why if you choose the right way, the right way is only God way. Because we supply all your need according to His riches and glory. Not by depending on government. Because government are fraudsters.
Okay, let's move on. Labour Party crisis deepening. A Papa-led ESCO writes INEC submit list of his own governorship candidates.
See, they would dismantle Labour
Imo
Party
and Kogi.
because Labour Party came to expose them. So now they are looking for where to challenge that party. They will use money and buy members of their members. But it's only God will stand for Labour Party because Labour Party is for the majority of Nigeria youth. Because they know the future is bright for Labour Party. So they are wanting now to make earlier arrangement to destroy, and that destroyment can never come to pass. Because I have seen the finger of the incoming government in that crisis. Because they are mafians. They are mafians because the strong opposition to now government is Labour Party, not PDP. PDP are the pocketed. So Labour Party is a new opponent. Strong rivalry. So they are looking anyhow to make sure that Labour Party is under the carpet, and it's very difficult. Crisis will come, crisis will go, but they will remain strong.
Okay, what's your prayer for Nigeria?
My prayer for Nigeria is for Nigeria to see the heart of God and live accordingly to His will. Then we will find the happiness and the prosperity. And He will guide us through and end. Because we are getting out of their hand.
Any language?
The language is that my people happy, my Muslim people all over the world happy. Barika the Salah. Don't fire, don't slaughter human beings, slaughter only ram and cow. And share someone from me. Because me and there I'm Ogbawan, the prince of Ogbalan. You can locate me at anywhere. My ram and waiting for my ram. Anyone I want is shop. Thank you.
Yeah, with that, we've come to the end of the program this morning. All things being equal, we'll shoot bystanders tomorrow. God bless you all. Celebrating Eid al-Fitr. I wish you that your prayers are answered and your fasting is accepted. Yeah, till tomorrow for another exciting edition of the program. Please click on the like button so that we can have more people view our content. God bless you. Thanks for watching. I'm Christian Chico. Bye for now.